3 of the NFL as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 18. It's the Raiders and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were... As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 85 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
In motion, the tight end.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
From the 50, it's Smith.
He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That third down conversion good for 23.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 18-yard line. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Eddie Goldman with a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal.
Throw right side, pulled in by Mayer.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
Mariota now. Zach Ertz has it complete.
And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
Sheds off the tackle.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
And that is caught downfield by Thomas.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Geno.
Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are once again back in front.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last.
Hit comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays. And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And it's fielded at the 34. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Here's Smith. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Mariota.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Throwing, Mariota.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Mariota.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. 2nd and a couple.
Again, it's Mariota. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
This is caught by Tucker.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Mariota. Flush to his right. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Mariota. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Tucker, complete on the right side.
Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25.
3rd and 8.
Geno now to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense going back to work. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, Mariota.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
The Raiders now set to get the football back.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's caught by Tucker.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A shotgun snap for Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
To throw, Mariota. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Mariota. Got him in. It's Brown.
Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders.
To the air again. Mariota. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts,
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Mariota now.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Mariota again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range.
Throwing now is Geno. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now he's loose at the 40. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 109 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Great run, and you know some people question, do you take a running back as high as they took him? That helps to answer it right there.
You hear that all the time, don't you? Don't get a running back that high. You can get the same production later on in the draft. But I've always been of the opinion, when you have a guy as talented as this one, you better go get him and put him to work.
He has a chance to be elite.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The end result, 21 yards. Throwing is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Eagles who come away with the home victory. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Josh Downs, a touchdown catch
in the victory. It was a terrific first half for the veteran quarterback, Marcus Mariota. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Mariota to throw it. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Mariota. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 4-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw, Smith. Caught by Mayer. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
He lets it go deep for Mayer. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To the air again, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
126 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the 1st half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the 1st half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They begin the drive with Robinson.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing, Mariota.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Robinson toss play left side.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Mariota. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
And this is just a little touch pass to send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
The tight end in motion right. Up the middle with Eckler. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw is Mariota.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Steps away. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Eckler is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. from the 31. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
3rd and 12.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Broken tackle. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action, here's Smith.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Dorrance Armstrong.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now it's Smith. Open man right side, Myers. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Toss play to Robinson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, just like last play. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Mariota.
Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1.
Smith. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Smith. That's caught by Johnson. Here's first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Smith.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Smith's going to throw it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Smith to throw.
And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So we're back to a one-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the one timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance of getting the ball back.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Commanders,
it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
it'll be their first loss of the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.